good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time you may be listening this message this afternoon. This is Motivator Dorcas Wallace, and I have a good message for you. Samson was once very strong, and remember, the source of his strength that was put there by God was through his hair. And so that the strength remained, it was, the parents were told never to cut his hair because the source of his strength was there. And when Delilah used all tricks, Samson exposed the source of his strength. And in that case, when Delilah knew what happened, he passed the message through the enemies to his enemies, so that his hair was cut. And it came a time that his hair was cut. Remember, the hair was the source of the strength. And after shaving and cutting his hair, they got out his eyes. Remember, here when we talk about eyes, we are talking about a vision. That means the enemies thought that they has put his vision to an end. But you know what? Even if he was not in a position to see, but the source of his strength was still there. It was shortened, but not uprooted. This is how I want to remind you. They may gouge out your vision. They may gouge out your hope. But they can never uproot the source of your strength. Tonight, or to this time, or this hour, I want to ask you, where do you get your strength from? Where do you get your strength? What is the foundation of your strength? My strength comes from the Lord, the creator of heaven and earth. Yes, they may gouge out my vision, but they have not uprooted the source of my strength. And in that source of my strength, when it starts rising up, when it starts regrowing again, I will move on. My friend, can I remind you? Maybe your business has been cut short, but if your strength comes from the Lord, they have not uprooted the source of your strength, and they can never. When they shaved Samson's hair, they just cut it short, but they did not uproot. The roots were still there. And this time I want to remind you, as time went on, the hair started regrowing again. Why? Because they were not in a position to uproot it. I want to tell you and to inform you, they can never uproot the source of your strength. I believe in God, the source of my strength, the author and finisher of my faith. So to you who feel that your vision has been uprooted, the source is still there. To you who feel that everything is gone, the source of our strength is still there. They can never uproot God in our lives. They may cut our visions. They may gouge out our eyes, because even spiritual eyes, and think that we are visionless or we don't have any vision. And remember, one who has no vision is not in a position to move on. But we thank our God, because He is the source of our strength. They may may think that they have put our vision into a net, but the source of our strength is still there. And even when a tree is cut, if it is not uprooted, it starts regrowing again. I want you to know, whatever has been cut short of your life, it has not uprooted the source of your strength. And there is hope to move on. There is hope of restoration. There is hope of going on. My dear friend, even when a tree is cut, it regrows again. When Samson's eyes were gouged out, they thought his head has come. But you know what? The source of his strength was still there. And when the hair started regrowing again, the strength started coming again in a full force. And imagine, when it came to the time of raging, he killed more people than he had killed when he was alive, because he just told God, give me one more chance that I may revenge. And God gave him that chance, and he killed more people than he had killed when he was alive. My dear friend, don't worry. They may think that your vision has come to an end, but they can never approach the source of your strength. So there is always hope of restoration. Trust in God, and you always be in a position to move on. So move on, and move on. Because the hair, even if it is cut, it will start regrowing again, more healthier and stronger. It's me again, your motivator, Dorcas Wallace. Have a good time. And remember, don't forget, even if your vision seems to have come to an end, you are the source of strength. It is still there, and it will start being restored to the honor and the glory of the source of our strength, our God. Be blessed, be hopeful. Thank you. Shalom.